Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, so I've done in the past Who You Were. Who Were You? Sorry, I did this book. I started some of the episodes. We didn't go through the whole book, of course, but what I want to do is sort of recap, but using the tarot to answer some of the questions. So let's prepare our space. Firstly, let's sort of light the tea lights. I just sort of felt like I needed a couple of tea lights today. Sense of just preparation for working with the cards. And just to get some really clear answers. So this should be really interesting. I haven't done this with the tarot yet. I sort of wanted to explore it. It's sort of part of my tarot study for the rest of the month. Sorry, a bit hard to blow. Right, let's just clear my space. And I've got the incense going, but I just love this white sage with dragon's blood scented. Need to be a bit more careful about that. Okay, so I've got that sort of set. Right, deep breath. Okay, so who were you? Discover your past lives, age-old and modern techniques to unlock the timeless secrets of reincarnation. Now, I have gone through this book. Like I said, I've done through some of the chapters and things like that. But I sort of really, now that I've got this set up, I really sort of want to go through it a little bit more. Who Were You is an exceptional, comprehensive approach to the mysteries of reincarnation, the afterlife, spirituality, psychic phenomena, and the esoteric doctrines associated with orthodox religions, some of which border on the realms of magic and witchcraft. Throughout this fully illustrated guide, you can explore many different ideas about immortality, the purpose of earthly life. Comparisons are drawn between views of who we were that originate from folklore, myth, the major established religions, the visions of creative individuals, and the researches of pragmatic scientists. All of these are designed to enrich your experience and challenge your attitudes to life now as you explore the question, who were you? Mayor Pickleton and the Diagram Group have cut right across boundaries to bring a breadth of knowledge from arts, sciences, the occult, moral philosophies, and spiritual beliefs. Really has so much of fascination being found together in the pages of one book. Remember, this was done in 1988. Okay, this is a 1988 book. Okay. Who Were You asks many questions, provokes thought, and offers exercises and techniques for you to try out for yourself. All of this is in the familiar diagram group style. Who Are You was the manual designed to explore yourself as you are now. Predicting your future helped you to become who you would like to be. This extremely detailed book, Who Were You, is a manual through which you explore your origins and your destiny. So you will have seen in the book, in the videos, I would have given you lots of exercises to sort of start working with. And I gave some printouts as well, just to sort of show you some parts of the book. Not the whole thing, of course, just some parts. So Who Were You guides you carefully through a maze of complex beliefs, weird notions, conflicting ideas, and apparently irreconcilable evidence by grouping them into three approaches. In section 1, with these three dimensions are introduced together with a variety of questions to help your explorations, some of which you may have never have asked yourself before. Ancient myths, modern stories of strange occurrences, and some facts of life and death are introduced in section 2. Each of section 3, 4, and 5 investigates one of the three dimensions, the spiritual, the mortal, and the creative. There are exercises throughout the book, and section 6 is devoted entirely to a selection of practical methods for personal investigation. Who were you open doors to worlds beyond the one which is most familiar to you. The author has taken great care to present the essence of doctrines and the facts of researchers accurately, using the most authoritative sources available. In addition, she has suggested many creative ideas which are clearly indicated and left as open questions for you to ponder or reinterpret from your own experience. Matters of life and destiny has always been open to question and will remain so. In particular, the definition of words is variable, and to achieve consistency, a glossary is appended giving the meanings used in this book. You may like to refer to it as you explore the mystical world and ask, who were you? So, like I said, it goes through quite a lot, but what we're going to do today is really, instead of me going through the book, because I've already done the first little bit. So, what I want to do is actually go back and say, is there a life before life? Okay, so I want to ask some questions. So I did a spread. Okay, so the first one is there life before life? Is life a great reservoir? Is life an ever-growing river? Is life a light in the darkness of the void? Is life the great invisible? Is life an infinite number of single stars? Is each life a thread in the web of creation? So I want to use... I was thinking I was going to use a primordial tarot, but I'm thinking for this I might use the elemental power tarot, this new deck that I'm going to be working with. I think this would be quite a good one to sort of start with. Interesting. Okay, so let's have a look and see what questions, what answers we get from the cards. Whoa. The first one I got was a tower. Interesting. Is there life before life? And the tower to me talks to me not just about things being destroyed, but things being rebuilt. Things being rebuilt. So maybe, to me, it does feel like a yes in this. Is there life before life? Yes, because life has been rebuilt. You know, things were destroyed and then rebuilt. And so there is that sense of creation, recreation, if you like. Because as things are destroyed, there's always a chance to redesign them in a new way. Okay, is life a great reservoir? Okay, so I've got the 5 of Swords here. Okay, so 5 of Swords looks at being defeated in some way. Maybe being in a no-win situation, finding yourself defeated. So is life a great reservoir? How does that sit with me? Is life an ever-growing river? Ooh. Is life an ever-growing river? Okay, so that looks like the... is that the King of... let's just double check that. I'm not too sure with these cards yet, so let's just do the Knight, Page of Swords. Of course, got the Earth at the bottom. So I'm still trying to get used to these. So this is the Page of Swords. Novice of Communication. Did I say that was? That was the 5 of Swords. So this is some stuff I've got to think about. Is life a light in the darkness of this void. Okay, so again we've got the page, fire. It's interesting, so what about newness? Life in the darkness, page of fire. So this is something I'm going to have to really sort of think about and sort of come back to, I think. But I just wanted you to do your own study. This is just to show you so you can do your own. Is life the great invisible? I'm going to see how this turns out. Is life the great invisible? The magician. Oh, that's an interesting one, because the magician can talk about things being hidden in a way, like beyond the illusion. Okay, next one is life an infinite number of single stars? Okay, page of coins. It's interesting, I've got pages in all of these. It's talking about everything being sort of youthful. It does feel like everything is sort of so young. Feels youthful. Is life a thread in the web of creation? And we get justice. It's interesting. So if we look at this in a reading, if we look at the whole, is there life before life, the original question, right? And so there is this thing about it being rebuilt. Things like things are destroyed and life crumbles around us, and yet it gets rebuilt. And there's a sense of being, maybe there's been moments of being defeated in the situation, in the life of Reservoir, you know, in the way life is. There's that feeling of being defeated, being in a no-win situation. And then you have this sort of youthful, you know, a novice in communication, not being able to communicate clearly, always sort of expecting the truth, and don't realize that in life is not always full of one truth. There are many truths within the situation. I think life is an understanding that there is many, many truths to the situation, and we're forever have this message of learning. This, I think we're forever learning. I think that's where the page really sort of comes into it, is that we're forever learning in our desires and what we want in life. It really is about looking at the invisible energy, the forces that are within us and within the universe itself. And so the sense of looking beyond the surface is so important in this journey. There is that forever learning. I think that's the really, you know, we're forever learning something new and developing, and that's what Earth is, and that's what life is about. And it is about that whole being able to find a sense of equilibrium and knowing our actions all have consequences. And I think that's part of life in general. So I really love that, the first of this. And life is a thread of web of creation. It is. I think it really is about our actions to have the consequences. It is about finding a sense of balance. It really is about the truth and being open to the truth at all times too is so important. What an interesting spread for more reflection, more development. So I'd love to hear whether you've given this a go, what your thoughts were. Whoops, move the cards over it so you can actually see them. So yeah, this is today's reading. Who were you? Questions to explore. So is there life before life? Is life a great reservoir? Is life an ever-growing river? Is life a light in the darkness of the void? Is life the great invisible? Is life an infinite number of single stars? Is each life a thread in the web of creation? And I love how the cards sort of really go together and how we look at life in general and look at life as, you know, is there life before life? In the life that we know, of course, yeah. I just don't know where, there had to be the beginning. So, interesting. So that's it from HeKate's Crossing for part 1 of this tarot exploration. So don't forget to check the links below. Check the links on my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.